Did Sony just revolutionize the camera industry with the A9iii? Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. If you love cameras and tech and getting into weird passive-aggressive arguments in comment sections, then maybe consider subscribing. Hot off the presses, Sony just announced the new A9iii. And just like with all new camera releases and new camera announcements, it has stirred up a little bit of controversy and excitement in the community. I've seen some love and I've seen some mild hate, which is expected due to the intense brand loyalty to some of these companies. The biggest features on the A9iii is obviously the global shutter. And Sony has cemented its place in history with the world's first badge on the whole global shutter. But hey, good for them, you know? Way to go. It was only a matter of time until this functionality was available on our cameras. I would assume that Canon is most likely the next company to announce this feature, given the amount of rumors surrounding their next release, the R1. The A9iii boasts blackout-free, 120 frames per second continuous shooting with full autofocus tracking and 120 focus calculations per second, and a flash sync capable of 1/80,000th of a shutter speed. Brand new ergonomics with an additional custom button on the front of the camera and what Sony is calling a more comfortable shutter location on the grip. So when you look at the camera right here, you can see that the shutter button is actually a little bit more forward leaning. The angle is a little bit different. So I'm sure when you're holding this camera, it probably feels a lot better where that button is located now. Instead of your finger kind of being on top of the camera, it's more forward. Makes a lot of sense. Also, they designed a new extended battery grip as well with that same layout. And in the presentation that I was watching, the custom button, the C5 button, that new one in the front, they actually had that dialed in as a speed booster. So if you have the camera set at 60 FPS, you can then hold that C5 button and that will burst you into 120 frames per second shooting. You can just turbocharge it and then you're just like rapid firing.
I can be shooting at the speed of and then I can just press that custom button.
I will leave a full list of all of the new features in the description below because honestly, there is way too much to discuss in this one video. I'd like to keep this short and sweet for you. Who is this camera for? This was built for the Olympics. The global shutter, the insane shooting speeds, this thing is tailor-made for capturing fast action. The photos that we'll be able to see from next year's games should be absolutely incredible. I can also see where high-end wildlife photographers will be using a lot of these features as well. And when gazelles running across the plane and you're getting them, right? It's probably, you could use that for that. Lions, tigers, don't say it. I consider myself a hybrid shooter for sure. I use the video features probably even just a little bit more than I would use the photo features. It didn't seem like Sony was very concerned with the video features on this camera. Sure, the global shutter is incredible. That'll eliminate a lot of banding in videos. Also, they got rid of the crop in 4K 120 as well. They also tossed in dynamic stability and the video auto framing, but I'm pretty sure that the ZVE1 does both of those features pretty well, and that camera is a third of the cost of this. At the end of the day, this is an absolute photo first camera. It's gonna be a high speed, fast action beast. Do you guys think that this is the Sony flagship? I don't think it is, because this sort of eliminates the entire flagship discussion. There's so many different types of shooters and people using them in different levels of the industry or just for fun or just making silly internet videos. And now, time for the best part, my favorite part. Let's hear what you guys think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the global shutter? What are your thoughts on 120 frames a second? Do you think Canon is gonna clap back with a global shutter of their own? All right, that's it for me. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you guys next time.